We're in a beautiful beach town or lagoon town called Langebaan. The lagoon behind us. There's a bunch of us here. Julia woke up this morning and decided she wants to take product photography of coffee, so we're gonna do that.
Caffeine jiggles.
And this will be directed by Julia. Alright.
This video was initially just a fun vlog style retelling of a morning of photography where Julia woke up and expressed an interest in learning to take photos of coffee with my camera, and it was very clear that she had been inspired by other videos she'd been watching, you know, the type of videos that she's probably now watching because of my interests in photo and video production. Now my initial thought was, okay, that's fine, but coffee's been done countless times. How can I suggest that we try something a little different? But I immediately stopped myself because I realized I was limiting myself. I was limiting Julia by doubts created by maybe others out there saying that coffee photography is overdone. And after a quick internal brain check, I realized, who cares if something's been done, if something's been shot or filmed millions of times? If you want to take a photo of coffee, take the goddamn photo. How else are you going to learn? If someone out there is telling you something's been done or overdone and you feel you still want to do it, just do it and learn from it and share from that experience if that's something you want to do. The world will keep spinning and you'll hopefully have learned something. So don't let these doubts tell you what you can and can't take photos or make videos about. Just make sure you're happy with what you're doing, and if you can, make an effort to learn from it all. So Julia wanted to learn some photography. The first lesson was just to pick up the camera and take some photos. That's it. Right folks, my final conclusions come in the form of advice to anyone that's starting out in photo and video production, and I'm sure this advice can branch out into unrelated hobbies, endeavors or projects or whatever, and it comes down to one basic fact. If you want to make a good photo, you need to make a good photo. A YouTube video or a book about aperture, shutter speed, ISO and sensor size is not going to make a photo happen. Picking up the camera or the phone and hitting the shutter will produce that image. Hitting that shutter and capturing the image is a great case scenario, and the best part is, whether you love or hate or feel nothing emotional for that photo, the best case scenario will be that you identify why you like or dislike it and you figure out what you can do in the next photos to improve on that. You don't need to take a perfect photo to learn something. You don't need to take a good photo to learn something. So my guess is Julia will be focusing on composition for her next set, and she's going to work on how to place her camera relative to the subject to make it appear more important, how to make it stand out more. And in my honest opinion, when it comes to digital photography, she'll be better off starting off understanding composition than if she's worrying about shooting manual right now. Once compositional thinking becomes more second nature to her in the next sessions, we'll switch her to manual, and she's free to play with the manual settings outside of these learning sessions that we're doing together. It's up to her to get that practice in. And I'm happy to share that I too learned a valuable lesson from this experience.
Notes for today: need to learn to be a bit more confident. Walked into the coffee shop and I was just going to be very discreet, get in, order the coffees, do some photos, have Julia take the photos, do some filming, quiet. But the second we walk in, Julia's like, hey, we're going to take some photos. Then I was stressed, sweating. I felt very on the spot, but it was a lesson learned because they were so welcoming and happy and embracing. They put on a show for us.
To be fair, I didn't just announce that we were going to do something. I absolutely first checked. I said, hey, how's it going? And I asked like if it would be alright if we did some product photography and that we're interested in trying various of their coffees and doing like the flight and tasting. And then the guy was extremely keen, and he actually chatted to us for ages, and he let us see they were roasting coffee there, and he invited us back to do a proper like tasting with all the different pour overs. It was great. And the only lesson for me is that I need to get way better at taking product photography because I don't think I got any good shots.
And I think the lesson for me was just be a bit more confident. Trust that if people don't want you there with a camera, that they'll just say no, and just be more sure of myself.
But I thank you, Nat, for taking me on and giving me the reins and trying to let me out some, like she was guiding me all the way through the process. Hopefully we got at least one that is usable, and if not, then I guess we'll just have to do it again.
We'll have to do it again. All right, thanks so much for watching, folks, and we'll catch you in the next video.